Hello, I'm here with Mr. Green again. Say hello, Mr. Green.
Hello, Mr.
Okay, good.
Green.
Okay. The reason why we brought this up is that once in a while we'll post on men's rights, and oh my God, they came up, someone from a true feminist, thank you, posted, and as you can see, it has over 600 upvotes. So
Yes.
these men's
Oh,
rights, yeah, go ahead.
I think this is really good Fred post to study because this is feminist gaslighting right here. It's concern trolling and gaslighting all in one. Basically, it's a troll, right? Because now the thing about feminism, feminist females know that men worship them, right? So any talk about oppression, they know on some level it's complete horseshit. Like when we saw that video by Pro Vendetta, right,
Yeah.
of feminists in Mexico beating up men in the streets and attacking the police, right? If females really thought they were oppressed and getting abused by men, they wouldn't dare act like that. They wouldn't be like hitting the police with hammers and beating up men on the streets and damaging property in front of them, right? And it's the same with feminists in the West. They know that men worship them, and this feminist is trying to throw us crumbs to mess with our heads basically and keep our hopes up,
Yeah.
and laughing their asses off while they're doing it as well.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I pointed out multiple times, just in the most recent video I did. I won't bother plugging my video. I'm just saying that you see this when they throw their crumbs, these guys go ape shit. They eat those crumbs up. They love it. They're looking for validation from mommy. Most men's
Yes,
rights do not care about men's rights.
they're about emotional gratification. They want their anxiety soothed
Yeah.
basically. Oh, I feel bad that women are mean to me. I want some reassurance.
Yes.
That doesn't address systematic issues basically.
Yeah.
I don't want females to be able to get men fired from jobs or just falsely accuse them and destroy their lives. You know what I mean? Or
Yes. Of course.
there's fucking countries now, they openly admit to grading girls better for the same work as boys, and there's no uproar about it.
Yeah. Men just take whatever abuse comes their way
And
because they can say,
parents take whatever abuse comes to the way of boys as well.
oh,
Parents should be
yes, that's
writing
even
over this.
worse.
Yes,
That angers me to no end because you don't
yes,
know how many times, whether it's a mother or father, who will jump up and say, I'd do anything for my boy, I'd die for my child. But once their boys start getting abused, all they do is kind of pat their sons on the back and say, you'll get through this.
yes,
Mama bear is nowhere to be around.
yeah. It's a myth basically.
Yeah. Now, let's read this, as painful as it is. She says, thank you, our men's rights, for helping promote equality. Oh, man. It's so important that all men, women, and people who are non binary feel valued and heard in our society. Uh, I don't know why she's talking about non binary because
It's,
obviously
it's
it's,
a feminist it's intersectional feminist hijacking. That's what it
yes.
is. It's
Well,
called, yeah.
the point I'm trying to say is that it's so obviously binary to these women. Absolutely.
Yes. Basically, non-binaries. Oh yeah, we're against rigid gender roles, blah blah blah, and they're for rigid gender roles. It's just typical feminist gaslighting,
Yes, exactly.
basically. The thing. I think a lot of people get confused. Even anti-feminists get confused. They don't know the level of dishonesty that they're dealing with. They don't know how to comprehend it. They have.
Yes.
You have to reject feminism 100%. Even if feminists say the sky's blue, the sky's blue, they're going to be saying the sky's blue for the wrong reason. Basically, they're going to be saying the sky's blue to somehow fuck men over.
Yes, you've got to be always on the defensive. Now it says, it
Yes,
feels so good seeing that others are speaking up about these injustices towards males. It is so often overlooked that males face discrimination, abuse, and bias. So often men are expected to just accept unfair treatment and bias in the name of society's awkward struggle to gain equal rights for women. Oh my God.
okay, that's a false feminist framing, implying that women don't have already have more rights than men. So what she's saying, she's probably one of these people who are saying, oh yeah, feminism has gone too far and it's backfiring on men, which is nonsense,
Yeah,
absolute nonsense. I'm sorry, women have had more rights than men since at least the early 20th century. I'm sorry,
easily.
I'm sorry.
I would
And the
even
thing
go
is,
before
women
that.
and what women had in the past was a different set of rights than men, right? They had less rights in some very limited circumstances, but they had far more protections and privileges overall, basically.
Yes, always,
Yes,
always.
yes.
That's why they
So,
don't
and
like us.
it was done for practical. It was done for practical reasons as well. Like if you was in the army in the past or in the navy in the past, you wouldn't want women on the ship or in the army,
Yes, of
right?
course.
Because you get you killed, and the women didn't want to be there anyway. So,
No.
and this
Also,
is why women did.
it'd start fighting between the men too. If you have a whole crew of men and only one woman around, you know.
And like female, there weren't any female doctors. They probably weren't even banned, but they just weren't interested. Like
Yes.
there's so much history I could go into, but I'm going to digress.
Yes.
But when men entered female medicine, female areas of medicine, men improved it right away. Like housewifery, births were dealt by females in the past, and men were kept out. As soon as a male vet entered the arena and brought in forceps, the deaths from births plummeted. Right?
Yeah, well, this is something I didn't know myself. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I'll try and get rid of this comment. This is the opposite of quality. This is dehumanizing. Before I ramble too much, I just wanted to say I'm so glad there's discussion going about this issue. It's so important for gaining true equality. I felt compelled to post because my fiance and I are both fervent feminists. We both are passionate about true equality drives us crazy men mistreated, discriminated against in the name of equality. Thank you for
I don't believe her. I've just got this weird feeling that that's just a lie, basically.
Well, you know something? She might have a man who's a feminist who wants some kind of validation, and she's soothing her feelings to say, no, I'll back you up and put this on. It is possible for something like that, because whenever I see a woman say it's gone too far, it means one of two things. It means either they're looking for a man and they don't want to scare him away, or they just a minute, I have to think about the second one. I'm just going to pause for a second.
I think I know what the second one is.
Oh,
They've had an argument. They've had an argument with other feminists, radical feminists. They've been accused of being bigots by other faction of feminists.
Yes.
So they've fallen out with them.
Yes, exactly. Okay, then there's three, because the other one is that they like how bad it is already for men. They've got enough rights that they think, okay, we don't want to push any further because you're making it look obvious, and you're making us look bad. Because that's
but the problem is, if these women realise how much they could get away with, they wouldn't be showing that concern.
Yes.
Trust me, because I've got a feeling feminists can get away with a lot more. It's going to take. I don't know what it's going to fucking take. Is it going to take concentration camps before men riot against this nonsense? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think, well, geez, way back when the old MGTOW Barbarossa said, you know, that if men had to sign up for the gas chamber to get married, he thought maybe they would. You know, he was saying it himself even back then. You know, it's Now we'll look at some of the comments.
Oh, so thank you for positive change. I look forward to talking to anyone who wants.
That last one wasn't that important, but to miss it.
It's part of offering the crumbs. Like what women do, right, when they communicate with men, right, on issues, a lot of the time they don't really care about the issue, or they disagree with you, but they reach out to you to disarm you, basically, to have some sort of emotional understanding. It's a disarming technique. I don't think there's a name for it, but I've just noticed it.
Yeah.
So
Will said, asking to feminists, hi, thanks for the support. Oh, he's appreciated. It is appreciated. Be aware that by having posted here, you have exposed yourself to an auto banishment from some feminist subs. And I ask, why do you call yourself a feminist exactly? Actually, I don't think he has. I don't think she's going to get auto. Well, maybe the most hardcore hated ones, but I really don't think so. You know.
But now this is weird. This is a different username, but it seems to be the same woman. Like she switched accounts, or it's a. So I can actually read this. I call myself a feminist. Women deal with issues unique to them. Yeah, like the privilege. Just as we men. Oh no, it's
a man.
I think it's her boyfriend. It's the man's boyfriend. Just as we men deal with issues unique to us. It's the middle ground fallacy nonsense.
Yes.
The loudest voices aren't going to change that. Not not from feminists and not from MRAs. Now, this is garbage. So
Yeah.
he's implying that there's loud mouths on both sides, and just be moderate and just be quiet and be reasonable, and that will get things changed. This is false. Feminists are loud, they're proud, they're arrogant, they're aggressive, they're violent, and they get all their own way. They get all the changes in the world that they want. You know?
Yeah. And actually, MRAs aren't loud at all. They're meek and submissive, and they take everything like little bitches. Like, and this post proves it. Women deal with issues unique to them. No doubt about that, but why use the feminist label to signify interest in that? There are quite a few other labels that could fit. What does it matter? Women don't really face issues from what I've seen at all. They always either affect men as well, or they only affect men.
Yeah. So the only issue I'd say women deal with is when other females abuse them. The society's not prepared to step in.
Yeah.
That's it.
I wouldn't mind. This is angry as fuck. I wouldn't mind so much if feminists admitted they were really just an advocacy movement.
Advocacy.
Thank you. Advocacy movement for women's interest. I think they make the wrong call here too, lots of times, but lots of times, all the time, angry.
Yeah. I think like again, men are not getting what feminism actually is. It's a fucking hate movement. It's like when the Nazis gassed the Jews, right, and invaded Russia and started World War II and invaded Poland. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't, oops, we slipped or we overreached. They did it on purpose because they hated people and racial supremacists who wanted to rule the world.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But at least it would be, but it would at least be seen as self-advancement group, which is what it is. At least he called it that. It's a pretense that only for equality and equality for all, and they are defining what this means, and all against, them are opposed to equality. This is what makes feminists dishonest and destructive. Well, he was partially right. I mean, he got it at the end, but I wouldn't bother talking to this person.
Now the gaslighting starts.
Okay. For every cherry. Okay, you go ahead.
I actually see this. But every cherry-picked antidote to support your position, there's likely a similar cherry-picked antidote somewhere we might use to support the position that the MRI movement is toxic, misogynist hate movement. Now that's the false equivalence fallacy.
Yeah.
Okay. He's implying that feminism is good, and you can make it look bad with cherry-picked examples. Feminists have called for a male-only curfew in House of Lords, right? Yeah. Feminists have protested in the streets to have a male-only curfew. Feminists have lied about domestic violence. They pump out false rate statistics. They've changed laws when it comes to how domestic violence is dealt with, the bias against men. Okay.
Yeah. Are you still there? Hello, Mr. Green? I can't hear you anymore.
Good.
Oh, right. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, you didn't hear what I was saying for the last 30 seconds?
Yeah, just for the last 10. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'm saying there's all these hateful things that feminists have backed. It's not cherry-picked at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So now he's going, antidotes that you would likely dismiss as non-representative of the whole, exceptions or a small fucking minority, as would I. No. Okay. Feminist hate, feminist discrimination is part of a general pattern, right? So they invade the government, they invade NGOs, they invade charities, and they're not just happy with that. They invade the culture, they invade the media, right? And it's been discussed by us countless times, right? It's absolutely fucking everywhere. It's absolutely fucking everywhere. And to deny it, you're just a liar. You're a gaslighter. Now, I think I've seen the pattern here. So the wife starts a post, offers the crumbs, and the male attack dog argues with the other men and does the gaslighting, does the heavy lifting.
Of course, it's just typical male behavior. Yeah. And the thing is, like, to point out, like you're talking about the curfew, if there were these feminists, how come they weren't rioting in the streets against the bad feminists? Notice all these good feminists don't exist when the bad feminists are doing bad things.
No one does. Oh, I'm a good Nazi. You can't generalize all Nazis. No one would buy that. They only do that with feminists. It's the only group that gets that pass. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but feminism is not a biological. It is mostly women, but feminism is an ideology. It's not a race or an ethnic group, is it?
Yeah.
So you can't help whether you're black. You can't help you're white. You can't help whether you're male or female. You choose to be a feminist. It's an ideology. You choose if you believe that nonsense or not.
Yeah.
Right? That's the difference. So you can generalize against it.
Of course. Now look at it. Ask defenders, if you can find me a single example of a world-class political MRA institution pushing for non-egalitarian principles, I would find that a worthy point. I'm glad he said that. In the meantime, the UN still uses measures of gender equality that consider that women being superior to men is equality. So that if a country has women being massively superior in every way, but one where a man holds a slight advantage, they count that country as being slightly advantaged to men, but mostly equal in the name of feminism.
Yeah.
Now, someone,
He's right. What the UN does, they have these studies of gender equality indexes, and they just ignore everything that men go through,
yes,
basically.
of course,
Hyperfixate on what women are going through out of context. So they'll go, oh yeah, there's less women working in this field. Like, no, that's because men have to work to provide for women. They want to get a relationship. It's
yeah,
gaslighting.
of course,
The thing is, feminists have invested the UN. They've invested everything,
yeah,
and they're fucking cancer. They're the biggest fucking cancer, like a fucking virus that no one seems to notice. They're like,
yeah,
you're not there. You're not feminism. Feminism is fucking herpes. You can't get fucking rid of it.
yeah.
Jesus.
Well, a lot of the not noticing is purposeful. People do not want to see it. They don't want to see it. And how you can tell is because whenever, if you point out something terrible that's happened to a group of women, they'll say it's terrible. But if you
Yeah.
point out, like you said, the curfew that they were pushing for, they'll say that's ridiculous. They
Yes.
never say it's terrible. They always say it's ridiculous. So
They
it's
downplay
like,
the threat of it. They downplay
yes.
the threat of it. Yes.
Now I wish I'd seen this comment removed by moderator. So, oh, that's for links supposedly. Okay,
You don't yeah, that's the links. Right.
yeah. All right. Angry as Fox says, and what are these cherry-picked examples I've used? Do tell. Oh, I'm glad he's arguing. Feminists, with a few notable exceptions, many of whom are disowned by much of the movement, are at least silent by the increasing domination of higher education by women, but are extremely vocal about males being the majority in STEM courses and demand action, to the point of admitting women with lower grades than their male counterparts. This is a bit more than cherry-picked anecdote. Thank you, Angry. Cherry-picked anecdote is using the example of a man-hating primary school teacher. She's an individual and only proves she's unfit for the position. However, the feminist position on higher education is not anecdotal evidence, nor is the position of acknowledged feminist leaders like Catherine Spillar, nor is the position of organizations like NOW. And I wouldn't call the intimidation and threats of violence used to stop the red pill being screened on Australia mere cherry picking. You know, I'm going to vote
By
for
the way, by the way, NOW is the National Organization of Women, in case you don't know.
I didn't know. I thought it was WOW for some reason, but yeah.
No, now, yeah.
Yeah.
National Organization is the most powerful feminist lobby in the world, by the way.
Wow.
They're the lobby that lobby successfully to block shared parenting and alimony reform.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You know, and to say they're most powerful is saying a lot, because
Yes.
all feminism is powerful because people just roll out and give them whatever they want. Because I could
they're the fucking big leagues. They're the big league.
Yeah.
I think they got a chapter. They got a chapter in every state, basically. They said they got some sort of office or building in every state in the USA. So they're big fucking time. Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it says, I could also say I'm an egalitarian, but that's just semantics. Actually,
it's gaslighting. This is gaslighting. So,
yeah.
So it's been explained to him, right, that what the problem is with feminism, and he's just ignoring it.
Yeah.
Basically, it's gaslighting, and this is why we don't want to waste our time with feminists anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Men's
sorry.
rights movement, men's rights, and Reddit. This is why we do not argue with feminists ever. We just call
Yeah,
them what they are, Nazis.
yeah,
We boot them
yeah,
out. And this is
yes,
what our men's rights should be doing. Not having these clowns like this isn't a first time. This isn't like a year in. This has
yes.
been going on for decades. Men's rights, organizations holding out an olive branch and thinking they're making some kind of progress.
Yes.
You know,
By the way, Trevor, this is very important. Scroll back up to that guy's comment.
okay, what the egalitarian one?
No, 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 no. That downvote that concern troll.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Make sure, yeah, get me to -1.
yeah.
Yes.
Like that. Exile
Yeah.
senpai. Oh my God. Now we'll go to is it? He says, is it though? This is asking to feminists. As you might have noticed, people here seem to have a negative view of feminism. Well, that's good. It's the MRM. It's not because people dislike egalitarianism. In fact, I would dare say that most MRAs would declare themselves egalitarians. Well, you know something? Just to break this on, men gain if there was really equality. Men would gain from equality. They wouldn't lose. So, of course, they want to call that. The thing is, when they look at how feminism acts in the world, they see things we like the UN having indexes of gender equality that consider female superiority as equal, yes, so that the country where a woman is greater than men anywhere, but in one places where men are greater than women is treated as a country where men are greater than women, yes. So if a man gets anything, the country's considered
Yes. Yes.
worse men. Like the APA treating masculinity as a disease that needs to be cured. Before he goes on, I'd just like to notice that masculinity is the greatest club. They shit on it, but they want men to act like they always have acted too. You ever notice that? Yeah. Okay. You still with us, Mr. Green?
Sorry, it booted me from the. It booted me.
Oh, yeah. Stupid Zoom. It's getting worse. Anyway, like the various institutions following the Duluth model, and considering there is no such thing as male victim of a female perpetrator of DV, and the shelters refusing 13-year-old boys when their mother seeks refuge because no men are allowed. Yes, I've seen that. 13-year-old. Never notice how the teenage boys, they're boys when they gain something good, when they want kudos, but they're men as soon as they're put in with treated as victims.
Yes.
So it appears to many of us that the label of feminism, when put into practice into the world, doesn't reflect an egalitarian viewpoint. He shouldn't be saying it appears. He should just be saying it isn't. So, like I asked the OP when we asked why call yourself feminist, there's two questions hidden in it. How much deviation from the egalitarian principle you believe feminism represents do you tolerate by major feminist institutions before you consider that the definition you use doesn't represent the reality of feminism as practiced in the world? And two, how much have you checked to make sure that threshold is not crossed? I mean, this is, sorry, I mean, they're just wheeling out the olive branch. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. Look, Mr. Green, you have anything to say? Oh, you're being quiet again. Here, let me just pause. Okay, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
think it's a
It's
okay.
fine. Yes.
Now, this is the gaslighting here again. It is. I love this subreddit, but you people are obsessed with semantics and labeling and terminology when that energy could be spent on better things, in my honest opinion. Downvoting doesn't make my comments not true, homeboys. So can I explain what the tactic is used in, how this gaslighting works? So first of all, I love this subreddit, but you people are obsessed with semantics. I love this subreddit. So what he's saying is, I like you, but you've got to change your views, basically.
Yeah.
So that's a lie, by the way. He's a feminist. He's lying. right? She's trying to negotiate emotionally, to reach understanding emotionally, and throw the subject matter in the bin, basically. So semantics. So it's been explained in very mild terms, but still in very clear terms, the problems with feminism, right? And she's labeling it semantics. It's it's like saying the Nazis are for racial equality, for racial equality for whites, and you go, no, they're racist and they kill people, and the Nazi goes, no, that's just semantics. We're for equality. Your energy could be better spelt elsewhere. No one would buy that for a second. No one.
Well, the big problem with these Reddit too, these MRAs here, is that they do screw around with labelings. They do talk about egalitarianism. It just allows them to do this horseshit. You just say we don't allow feminist. You put it in the rules, and then you ban these scumbags.
Yes.
And also, this homeboys, he or she ends up insulting these guys on top of it, and they just take
condescending.
Yeah,
it's condescending. It's just a little bit of condescension, like throwing it. So So basically, right? It's semantics are human rights violations. But babies getting their dicks cut. It's semantics.
Yeah.
Right. Men getting drafted is semantics. Right. Men killing themselves over Me Too accusations is semantics. Right. And feminists have blocked protests against circumcision. Right. They've downplayed it, and they've actually claimed that people protesting against circumcision are weird and strange, and they're trying to derail against protesters against female genital mutilation.
Yeah.
Right. So that is not semantics. That is our human rights. You bitch. Yeah. You're a fucking cunt.
This angers me even more, though, is asking the feminists, instead of just banning this person like we would have, or at least calling them a gaslighter. He says it's not exactly pointless. Man, what a limp wrist did. Follow up. Let's take an example we would both agree on. Man, he's holding out an olive branch to someone who slapped him in the face. It's a caricature, but that's not how you illustrate things. Do you really want to read all of this? Okay, let me try. Imagine there is a huge group of people who decided to take on the Nazi label, but decided to argue, no, I'm one of the true Nazis. Those who are only for a strong industry, and others are just loud minority. And every time people point out the Nazis committing hate crimes, or try to say, Nazis really aren't that nice. Oh my God. You have droves of those people coming in and saying, for true, I think it means true Nazism.
True, yes, it is.
Yeah. I only want a strong industry. Yet you saw no protest by these true Nazis against the extremists, and the only actions made in the world by people or organizations with the Nazi label were hateful ones. Would you still think it's only semantics and those people don't really matter? Or would you think there's something wrong with what those people are doing and that they really ought to embrace that label? So this is a Nazi he's talking to.
Yes.
This basically, so he's trying to explain feminism to a feminist. It's like, this is what I'm talking about, asking the feminist, this is a waste of valuable time.
Yes.
It's a waste of valuable time.
And I don't think we need to read the rest of the comment. Let's see how the feminist replies, because I think if feminist is just going to be dismissive.
Okay. I don't see anything under it.
I know this guy. He's a decent poster, Sneslord.
Yeah. Okay. He says, I could also say I'm an egalitarian. Earlier, you stated that you called yourself a feminist, so you're definitely not an egalitarian. Thank you. I'm going to upvote that. Thank you, Sneslord.
Click on more reply.
I am. I'm loading it up.
It's the same person.
Yeah. This is Exiled Senpai again. Your comment gets the heart of the issue, really. Who gets to say who is a true feminist or a true MRA? Oh my God. Well, a true MRA would fight for his rights. Anyone who doesn't isn't. Yeah.
Okay. What you're trying to do is trying to make words nebulous and meaningless, basically, to confuse the issue. Trying to make language meaningless. So this is a disingenuous control.
Yeah.
Out of confusion and chaos within the MRM. It's just like, these people should be shown the door. Look, do you know how you deal with feminists, right? What we need is people who are for men need to organize in society and start boycotting feminists. And when I mean boycotting feminists, like if you own a company, never hire a feminist.
Yes, exactly.
Period. Make sure they're jobless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
If you're a parent and you got a feminist daughter, disown her, throw her on the streets, even if she's 14, disown her. I'm sorry.
Say, look, open the door and say, hey, you want to be a feminist? You go with your friends and build that better world for women that you talk about. You know, and like I said, so this
Can
guy.
I read this? Okay, I want to read this.
Okay, go ahead.
This reminds me of MGTOW actually. I can call myself anything, and who are you to say I'm not? Okay. That's a temper tantrum, basically.
Yeah.
You think I can't be an egalitarian if I'm a feminist? I'll say you're not a true MRA if you think being an MRA and feminists are mutually exclusive. But that doesn't matter. I don't get to decide if you're an MRA. You don't get to decide if I'm a feminist. No, that's a sleight of hand fallacy.
Yeah.
That's a red herring. It's not whether you get to decide he's a feminist. It's whether you get to decide you're an egalitarian. Now, I don't get to decide if you're you can be all you want, right? But if words to have meaning, I get to decide whether you're male. You can't, or you're white, or you're whatever height you are, or whether that's your name in the title deed, right? Or whether you've got a nose, right? Or whether you live on the planet Earth, okay? Or whether you've got 5 toes, right? You can lie to me, right, and claim you're something you're not, but I can call you out on that, right? So words have meaning, and this person's trying to confuse and make words meaningless. And he said, oh yeah, I get to decide what is and what's not and what labels mean to me. Yeah, no, fuck off.
Yeah. This guy called himself a feminist, and then Snez Lord pointed out, then you're not an egalitarian.
Oh, okay. The last paragraph is important as well. Let's go.
Yeah.
We each get to decide that for ourselves, and that's how you get man-hating feminists and women-hating MRAs and all the grey in between. So yeah, he's saying, oh yeah, the feminists are just as bad as each other. So have you noticed? He's saying, oh yeah, there's good feminists, they're not all like that. And he goes, oh yeah, there's there's feminists who are man-haters, but there's MRAs just as bad. He's all over the place, actually.
Yes. Yeah. He's basically also saying that because guys don't, like Snez Lord, don't open right up and just accept the abuse from feminists, that's why feminists hate him. You know, it's like, it's circular logic. It's like, oh my God.
Yes.
Now, is there any other of these comments you would take a look? Oh wait, there's Snez Lord again. Let me read this. But so much hate has been spewed in the name of feminist mainstream that's lost cause and should be buried. That's accidental me. Snez Lord, the problem here is that feminism is causing negative issues for men, so it can't really be separate the two. That's true. That's true. Now, do you want to look it through any more of these? Those the
okay. Original poster. Yeah, let's read it. Oh well, that's their decision. I don't particularly like the idea of excluding others intentionally anyway. So I wouldn't want to be involved in a subreddit that would preclude civic groups from joining their cause. Right. That's so what she's doing. She's saying, I'll be your friend. I'll throw you the crumbs. Right. But don't set boundaries or I won't have anything to do with you. Basically. It's more concern trolling, basically. They all do this, all the trolls. They try to get you. What they do, they come into your group, they waste your time, but they try and get you to walk your boundaries down to weaken the group.
Yes. In the meantime, they have boundaries. Trust me.
Yes. Yes. They'll control their own spaces. I promise you, these are feminist spies out to cause trouble.
Yeah.
I promise you that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if both accounts are both women as well. It might even be the same woman. You know, pretending to be the husband. Yeah. Plus, we need to start speaking openly about the issues that face us, not shut each other out. Otherwise, nothing gets solved. So, basically, we need to speak about each other's issues when only female issues get spoken about in the mainstream and feminists are attacking men. But we need to be open with each other, blah, 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 or nothing gets solved. It's just an empty platitude, basically. Yeah. To answer your question, I'm a feminist because I advocate for political, economic, and social equality for all sexes. Oh, that's the new made-up definition of feminism, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, it's like saying I'm a Nazi because I advocate for equality between the Aryans and the Jews. And you know, the Jews were privileged, but we went too far when we gassed them. That's what it just means. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
You wouldn't accept that from a Nazi. You'd like punch him in the face. quite
Yeah.
frankly. I call myself a feminist, especially because I'm passionate about women's issues. That doesn't mean I'm not passionate about other issues. I am, but I suppose I identify with many things, not just feminism. It's just vagueness all over the place, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're welcome. I can't believe this post got such a response. Well,
Oh, by the way,
downvote that bitch.
yeah, I am, but I'm just letting you know before I do. Notice she
Yeah.
has positive upvotes. So these men's rights who are taking this gaslighting, they love
Yeah.
this girl. They love her.
Yeah.
You know?
She gets more votes than the man, basically, and
Yeah.
a boyfriend, a husband, or a fake boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. If the other one's a female too, she's probably saying, "Do I have to be the man? Because then I'm going to get downvoted." Let's see what Asking Fem says. I don't particularly like the idea. Oh, yeah, of that one. Let's see. Well, we agree. Oh, wait, I got to read
So
that whole thing. I don't particularly like the idea of excluding others intentionally anyway, so I wouldn't want to be involved in some that would preclude specific groups from joining their cause.
so
So he
so
agrees
so
with
so
that.
so a civil rights forum, right? Let's say there was a civil rights forum in the 60s on the internet, right?
Yeah.
They should allow the KKK to come in and post and troll.
Yeah, exactly. So this Asking the Feminists, this guy is broken. If he's a regular commenter on RM
Yeah.
rights,
He is. I've seen him before.
okay,
Yes.
okay. So these are the guys who would
It,
also have to be booted out. It's not
well,
just
the
these.
thing is, do you know what he does? He goes around begging feminists for attention and validation and asking questions. That's why he's called Asking Feminists. He
Yeah,
gets banned for these subs all the time, and they call him names. I've seen him all
yeah.
about the place. He's got no self-respect.
Well, most men
Yes.
don't, but this guy in particular is.
Asking Feminists, delete your account, make a new one, and name it Jailing Feminists. That's a better name.
Yeah. Let's say, contrarily to what might have said precisely in those kinds of subs, you wouldn't like to join. This sub welcomes every sorts of people.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't welcome anti-marriage people.
That's right. All you our men's rights were onto you because we
Yes.
came in and said, something very obvious like men have no rights in their marriages and women have all the
Yeah.
rights and men shouldn't get
Yeah.
married. You would ban
Yeah.
us.
Yes.
So this is
I've
a
seen it.
bold-faced lie.
And the thing is, the person doing the banning says, "Oh yeah, you have to." No, he said, "You have to fight for my marriage. You have to fight to reform the marriage laws." Then he banned the person for saying bad things about marriage. Then he, so we disagree with the concept of marriage, but we got to fight to reform your marriage. No, just don't get married. Well, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is these people they do ban people. They do have restrictions. It's just that they don't put any restrictions on the people who hate their guts.
Okay, don't read all of this, but he's plugging left-wing male advocates.
Oh,
basically.
yeah, down here. Yeah.
And he says it welcomes all points of view, which is wrong. I got banned from there when I was rude to a feminist. I called him a bigot. I didn't swear. I didn't call him fucker. I didn't swear. I didn't threaten them. I just called them bigots. And this sub banned me. So they're not open to all viewpoints.
No, exactly.
They protect feminists. They protect feminists from the name calling that they deserve. If I'm if I'm on an online forum, right, and I call a overt Nazi a Nazi, all right, and they ban me, all right, they support the forum that bans me supports Nazis.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So actually, left-wing male advocates, they're not male advocates. They're the same as really men's rights, our men's rights, same way. These groups are actually female beggars. They want I think there's something twisted about them because it's not just that they want women, they want feminist women in particular. So there's something really masochistic about these guys.
Yeah. Shall we carry scrolling down, see what else there is?
Oh, okay. You want to read the rest of this?
No. Scroll down. I'll see what other comments because this is just long-winded shit now. You know what I mean?
Look, this guy's backing him up. I hate those kinds of subs too. Oh man, what a beggar. But feminism never really had to do with equality. Okay. Feminism is widely hated label these days. I think it would be better if you would call yourself egalitarian. comfortable, what's the point of relabeling themselves if they're still man haters?
Yes. They're not going to anyway. You're begging them.
Yes.
Please drop the labels. No, fuck off.
I'm going to fight for my rights as a man by begging women to be nice to me.
Yeah.
So
So
do you really want to have to go through any more of these?
let's scroll down. Let's just scroll down quickly and see what there is.
Okay. Just to check out this guy, the world needs
No,
to
it's been pedantic about. He's poshing about being a humanist.
yes.
Basically, let's not read that.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Do you see? Let's see. We got. Oh, she's talking this from the OP. Promoting here ain't doing much. Just mostly men talking about how bad we got it. Wow, that makes it sound good. When we try to promote anywhere else, then usually nobody has our backs. Except ourselves.
Can I read it? Can I read it? Because
Sure.
I think I can fix the mistakes quicker than you.
Okay, go ahead.
Promoting here ain't doing much. Just mostly men talk about how bad we've got it. When we try to promote anywhere else, then usually nobody else has our backs except ourselves, and then we get fucked by the feminists, politicians, celebrities, media. And if we actually do decide to promote ourselves somewhere else, more known in our public lives, will be completely fucked. So I've translated it there.
Yes,
but I'm
thank
being
you.
too negative. Thanks. This means more than it might look. Is he being sarcastic?
Yeah, really. Huh. This means
Now, again, she's trying to do the emotional disarming again.
yeah.
Since my post meant something to you, then it was worth it to me. I deeply wish everyone knew that so many people out there are wonderful and compassionate. Yeah, okay, these wonderful, compassionate people stop baby boys getting circumcised, don't they? Right? They stop the feminists, you know. But as long as some people got warm, compassionate feelings flowing, you know, positive vibes, fuck off. It's important to talk about issues that people swept under the rug. No, it's not issues that people have swept under the rug. Feminists have.
Yeah.
There's too much fear and hatred of us versus them. There's just bland platitudes.
Yes.
You know? It doesn't get anywhere. It doesn't get anyone anywhere. No one really talks about men's rights. It's just assumed that they have it easy. You're the enemy of men's rights, bitch. Anyway, I'm sorry that you feel that no one has your back. Even though we're strangers, I want you to know that I care, and my fiancé does too. He is male. I'm female. I'm pointing this out to demonstrate that there are men who are feminists, or they're scum men. And then feminist women who care about men's rights. No, you don't. Fuck you. We need to work together and practice compassion and empathy for all people. What you need to do, what these men actually want, is you need to track some of these men down, drive over to them, and have sex with them. Right? That'll cheer them up. That's what they probably want, really. Or not even just sex. You know, some prostitutes, men pay them to cuddle. So you just go around and give them a cuddle and go, "Mummy will kiss it better," and kiss them on the forehead, and they'll be happy. They actually don't want their human rights.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Now, look, I just want to take a look at this one because it was downvoted so badly. X-Men 52. If you call yourself a feminist, as I call myself,
this is an X-Men, the blogger.
Yeah. I implore you, check out our men's lib. They fight.
No, it's not. It's not. Sorry. It's not. I don't think it is.
No, it's not him.
Sorry.
It's not him. They fight for male Pacific issues in a productive and ethical way without constantly trashing on feminist movement and women as a whole. Yeah. You can read more about it in an about page. But basically, they promote men's issues in the same light as feminism and work with women, oh my God, to solve issues in a productive manner to try for true equality. Really, what have they done so far? All they will talk about there is stupid ass, no true Scotsman thing, and misunderstanding and difference between egalitarian and feminism.
So, men's lib is a feminist sub. Period. Yeah. That's all it is. And so basically calling out the hate movement that's taking rights away from men is unproductive. Shut up. That's what they're basically telling us. No.
Yeah.
Do you know, Trevor, do you know what? I think 25 is a more satisfying number than 24. Why don't you go over there and downvote?
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Oh.
I'll definitely log on and make sure he gets 26. I'll tell you that now.
Men's Lib is blaming every issues men face on men. No wonder everyone is calling feminism a sexist movement. Oh my God! Wow.
Let's see what he's got. Click on 6 multipliers.
Let's see it. Come on, load it up.
These men's libs trolls should be banned.
Yeah.
That's just plain false. We try to tackle men's issues without assigning blame and rather try and build a positive environment. Yeah, you know what? We try to fight against racial injustice by not assigning blame to the Nazis and the KKK. You know, he's not saying that. Okay.
Yeah, the white nationalists. Yeah.
The mods on that sub are really cool, and you have a problem with the way they handle the sub and think they are handling the issues wrong. You're more than welcome to message them or make a post as long as your arguments are in good faith. So what they're saying is, if you point out the truth about feminism, your argument will be deemed in bad faith and will ban you. Also, pretty much nobody outside of this sub calls feminists a sexist movement. Oh yeah, fuck you, you lying cunt. You know? So it's gaslighting.
Yeah. Well, some outside the sub, I would say a lot of people are too afraid to call it that too, or they don't really involve themselves in the conversation. If you try and speak with it, people will like I've tried to speak with people about it. They do shut you down quickly. They shut you down and change the subject as fast as possible, because when you start examining, that you've got they know you've got all the ammo and they've got nothing. You know.
Scroll down. I want to see this guy's comment. Funky Notorious.
Yeah.
Interested to see what he has to say.
Okay, so he says the mods on the sub are really cool, and if you have a problem with the way they're handled the sub, think they're having issues wrong, you are more than welcome to mesh with them, make a post as long as your arguments are in good faith. Yeah, right. They had an AMA with a person who supports Duluth model. Even the feminist who created that hates it. Well, I don't know about that. but he was pointing out that they're not. This isn't a sub that's going to be fair in any way.
I do think the feminist who created the Duluth model, I think she partially disowned it, basically.
Okay. I don't know why.
But I think it's because I think she probably felt it was too blatantly sexist and she couldn't get away with it. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, interesting. Thank you for the suggestion. I just stumbled upon the subreddit today and for some reason decided to post. This is a lie right here. There's no way she just stumbled on this and decided.
Yes, it's false advertisement. This is planned false advertisement for men's lib. Okay, if you're a mod at men's rights, remove this comment right away. Just delete it. Delete every single. Yeah. Okay. We've sniffed out what they are. Basically, they're probably false actors.
Yeah.
Basically, so. The thing is, these psychopaths, they falsely accuse men of hating women, of oppressing them, then they offer them breadcrumbs. They know how desperate men are for female validation.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to get them to go to the men's lib.
Exactly. And if they don't, it doesn't matter to them, I think. This is my take on it. I think they just love doing what they're doing here. And getting all the attention, and they're probably laughing about it when they're done. They're probably laughing as they're typing on the computer. They're probably laughing at each other and saying, "What about suckers?" Do you hear that? Men are men's rights. You are a bunch of suckers. I have to tell you that, because we wouldn't put up with all this. We would just ban these guys after telling them they're liars and they deserve to be banned.
Yes, it's hit the road, Jack.
Yeah.
Don't you come back no more. So I think we've about covered this. To be honest, but this is a good. Yes, so I'm just saying this is a good example of feminist concern troll tactics. Basically, it's I'm offering you an olive branch. I really feel for you guys. You know, I really have sympathy for you, and then they try and get you to change your behavior, to tone it down, stop criticizing feminism. You know, and then they accuse you of being extremist, or just the thing is, feminists know they're absolute scumbags because they always do this. Oh yeah, don't be just as bad as the feminists. Then they'll turn around and deny feminism is bad. Fuck off.
And by the way, Armin's right. Here's another thing before we sign off. At the real Pro Milk Collective, we don't get these guys. They know better than to show up. We've got a reputation there that they know they would never get away with this. They would show up and we'd be laughing after we bitch slap them and ban them. So this is something you should, all you guys who believe they're for your rights as a man, should take note of.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Green. I think this this is important to look after and say, look, this
Yeah.
is the second time we have to call out these fake men's rights groups. This is a
Yes.
fake men's rights group. You know?
Yes. Yes. Look, as soon as someone says in the title, "I'm a feminist," you ban them.
Yeah. And you take it down. You don't let them.
Do you know what? The only exception I'd say is if you control the platform completely, or maybe I control the platform completely. If you had like own forum, for example, where you know you can get banned, abuse them without mercy, ridicule, mock them, abuse them. But you can't do that on Reddit because the subreddit will get taken down. But I'm just saying that's the only exception. Or you only debate them live with your voice and record it and try to humiliate them, and make them look stupid. That's the only exceptions.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to control the space completely. And this is not a controlled space. Like, anyone trying to promote men's lib should be banned. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Ban.
And
Right.
you know yourself, there's never been an actual true blue feminist debate ever. Anytime there's been some kind of debate, the men are begging like these guys, or it's just given up that they pick guys who can't really defend themselves. It's always the same, you know.
Yes. Anyway, I'm done.
Same here. Thank you, Mr. Green. Over and out.